Well, time for us to get Mathew Hayden into the show. Hayders, welcome to the show this evening. Now that India has a coach in place till 2019 and that is someone who's Virat Kohli's recommendation, do you think that this partnership is going to work well?
He's a lot more mature. I think he'll be, extremely well suited to that relationship. Now, also with Ravi Shastri, I think that'll be a good combination. And he'll feel really comfortable in that role and those relationships now. And I think that's important for Virat, who is very vocal and very animated, and can be a little bit revealing.
I know you have a particular fondness for Virat Kohli. Is it because of his Aussie-like attitude that every Australian seems to like him?
Yeah, we do. We do. We unshamefully admit the fact that Virat Kohli could well and truly be entrenched in the Australian cricket team.
Well, of late, India has made several semis and finals, but the team is failing to cross the finish line. Where do you think are they falling short?
Yeah, look, I think maybe it's just a little bit of a cultural deviation. There seems to be that there's been a little bit of unrest over the last sort of few months in terms of getting the right structures in and around the playing group. I imagine that will be bedded down quite quickly with Ravi Shastri. I think he'll, take on board the role as head coach. He'll also organise and coordinate his team quite effectively. He did a very good job through the crossover period between Virat Kohli and MS Dhoni as director of cricket. I think that was, where he really cut the teeth into this modern side, this now Virat Kohli-led cricket team. It's always hard, Rika, when you understand that games of cricket are close, and at the pinnacle end of these tournaments, I was really surprised to see Pakistan perform the way they did and put India under such immense pressure, with the bat. It had to be the perfect run chase, and it just, unfortunately for India, just didn't relive that potential that it had.
Now, Hayders, India is travelling to Sri Lanka for a test series. Do you think that this will be woefully one-sided given Sri Lanka's current form?
Look, it's always hard to say. I think in Sri Lanka, if Australian conditions v Sri Lanka are anything to go by, they'll be heavily turning tracks. And quite dry, but I think India will be more suited to those conditions as well. I don't believe it's going to be anywhere near the result that Australia v Sri Lanka was. I think it'll be much closer contended, but yeah, at home every side has got their fortress. To me, India are red hot favourites, but I think it'll still be contested.
Well, of course, you are in India for the launch of the Tamil Nadu Premier League. How is that coming along? In what way are you associated with them?
Well, Rika, as you know, I've had a long association with Tamil Nadu Cricket Association way back. Unfortunately, the wrinkles are still there, but way back, as early as '96, when I came out here for the MRS spin bowling clinic, all of those years ago. Who would have thought, Rika, all these years later? 11-year association with CSK. Who would have thought I would have been tasting coffee in Madurai and Jigatanda, halwa? I mean, seriously. I mean, how good is this?
Indeed, the perks of being an ambassador for the league. Well, CSK, as you mentioned, your favourite team, and you have had a memorable association with them. They are back in the league. Do we see you back in the IPL next year in some role?
Well, I did have a net yesterday, just on the grass matting, and I did strike the ball reasonably well, so maybe I'll come out of retirement. Look, I've loved the IPL. I love what T20 cricket stands for. I think it's a very important part of the landscape of the game of cricket. And it's just beautiful to be here and be a part of it. So who knows? Maybe there'll be a chance.